on to the next segment. Got a little bit long. Got to hurry up. So let's go ahead and get on to this idiot.
Oh,
yeah, we didn't have a good one or a planned one last week, so I figured I better make sure I got one this week. Or last episode.
You got one.
So anyways, no, that's what I'm saying. I made sure this week because I'm, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, JT doesn't understand what I'm saying. Idiot of the week.
I got what you're saying.
Did you get that, though?
Yeah. You try to call me an idiot, and I'm not.
So anyways.
Smarter than you.
The city of Greenwood, South Carolina. Have you ever heard of that?
Hell
been there?
No.
Probably ain't been there.
Probably passed through it.
I never heard of it myself
I never
either.
heard of it.
But apparently there was a guy who was from there.
I don't think I want to go to Greenwood.
I wouldn't either.
If the name just sound.
If anything that go on like this there, I don't want to go there either. But anyways, guy named Brandon Corey LaCroix.
I thought you were gonna say Brandon Stark. Ooh, I was like, ooh, Stark in the house.
You stupid. The North remembers. But yeah, anyways, this guy named Brandon LaCroix. I don't know if that's French or what, but anyways, it's not spelled like it though, so I don't know. 26 years old. Didn't have a lot of love for his neighbors, or his neighbor, I should say. Came up with this whole idea.
That's where he went wrong.
That's where he went wrong.
Neighbor.
When keeping it real goes wrong, or as this story, not necessarily keeping it real, but he didn't like his neighbor for whatever reason, and he decided that, I don't like my neighbor, so I'm gonna think of a way to get rid of him. That's pretty drastic for somebody you just don't like. You know what I mean? So it's definitely deeper than that. So old Brandon thought he'd reach out to local hate groups in the Greenwood area and surrounding counties. He reached out to these local race supremacist, white supremacist groups, because he was a fellow white man, and he felt like, maybe I can get one of these guys to help me out since they hate black people like I hate black people. Oh, yeah. That's the reason why he hated his neighbor. Because he was black. Unfortunate, but that's the world we live in.
Yeah.
He reached out to these supremacist groups, and he tried to. Now, I personally, I don't know if this is the type of business that they engage in. I don't know if these supremacists, like the KKK, for instance, I don't know if they put out hits on people or if they accept hits. Like you can call them up and say, "Hey, Django down the block, I want him dead." You know what I'm saying? DeMarcus keeps banging my wife, I want him dead. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I don't know if that's something they do.
That's such a black person name.
Yeah. So
he's banging my wife.
And that's So I don't know if that's something they do because I never heard of that, but it could be because he's calling them and asking them to do it. So I'm thinking maybe, I don't know. But anyway,
they do have rallies.
They do. And what do they talk about? Maybe it's about killing black people. I don't know. But he gets in touch with these groups, and apparently one of the groups was being investigated by the law. So they were tracking their calls and conversations and stuff like that. And basically, he wasn't able to get help from the group because I guess the group turned him down. I guess they said, look, we not into that shit. Like, we hate niggas. Yeah, that's true. But we ain't no killers. That's what I'm assuming. They said. I don't know. I wasn't on the phone call.
Yeah.
But so anyways.
We're going to ride with that one.
We're going to ride with that one, though. Sounds
Logical
good.
sense.
Yeah, sound good. All right, so the authorities that were investigating this local group got this information that there was a man out here looking to put a hit out on an individual, so they thought it'd be wise to go ahead and investigate him, which it was. And what they did was they put a local, the FBI got involved in it, and an FBI agent got in touch with this guy. He says, hey, man, look here. We heard you trying to, put a hit out on somebody, you know what I'm saying? Put a hit out on a black man. We heard you want to kill a nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He said it quiet like that. I'm imagining in my mind. You know what I'm saying?
In my mind. Ah.
So anyways, the guy says, he's like, oh, yeah, thank you for calling, man. Appreciate it. In my mind, this is what happened. He gets all excited. The guy's like, look here, man. We'll do it for $500. You got $500?
FBI guy?
FBI guy. That's what he's saying to Brandon. Brandon's like, hell yeah, I got $500. Hell, I'll give you $6. So they make the deal. The guy says, okay, give me a down payment before I do it. And then after I do it, you give me the rest. So Brandon's like, okay, that's not how they do it in the movies. Makes sense.
Makes sense.
So he went ahead and accepted the offer. Went ahead and met up with the guy and gave him the down payment, which according to the law, made him guilty of putting a hit out on somebody's life.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't need to actually go through with the crime. They got him on a good enough crime right there. He ended up getting arrested, of course, and got a 10-year sentence for, trying to put a hit out on a man. And the guy's still alive. But this guy, Brandon, complete idiot.
Complete idiot.
You don't get no dumber than that by choosing to do an illegal act of like taking a life with somebody you don't even know.
No.
This person just called you randomly. You ain't do no research. You probably didn't even ask him his name.
Man, you was that mad at the neighbor, and you just gonna call somebody else. I mean, have a phone call.
That's a good point. You that man. You wasn't
like,
even,
yeah, let's do it.
You got that much hate in your heart. You can't even think clearly. Like if somebody called me, like I'm like, hold on, how you got my number? First of all, I gotta make sure you
I
ain't
don't
the
even
police.
answer numbers that I don't even know.
Right? This nigga just let's kill
You better
him.
text me or leave a message, nigga. You better text me or leave a message.
That's crazy. That's what you right, man. This nigga is really just answering random phone calls from numbers that ain't saved in his phone and agreeing to put hits out with him. Like that's sick.
It probably popped up on a caller ID and it said Washington D.C. on the bottom. This nigga answered it. All the president's calling.
That's sick, man.
Like
how dumb can you get?
Yeah.
You got that much hate in your heart.
Got that much hate.
I mean, damn. At least do your due diligence, man.
No. DeMarcus over there still banging your wife.
Not DeMarcus really gonna be banging your wife. When I was reading the article, man, found out some interesting information. The FBI has done some, research, basically, or they have some research that they did. And ever since the year 2016, crimes like these racially charged hate crimes, have gone up in America. Get this, 17%. 17%. Hate crimes have been on the rise since the year 2016. You know what else happened in the year 2016?
Let me see.
Obama? Think political, yeah. Who replaced Obama?
Oh, no, that's 16 yet. Damn, you been in there that long?
Yeah.
Shit.
So are you making that connection?
Yeah. Trump.
These hate crimes have gone up 17% since Trump got in office, since the year Trump got in office.
Damn, you been in there? Damn.
You missing the point, bro. That ain't the point.
Yeah, that is the point, because he been in there, and that hate crime ever since he been in there. Yeah. Which I kind of figured that started because that's when a lot of this stuff came back to surface.
Motherfuckers got comfortable, man.
Yeah.
And that lets you know, man. That lets you know. This man has a negative effect on society, man. But hey, you voted for him. I didn't. So
I ain't vote for him.
They say JT was in the voter booth pressing it, but like, damn, Trump. They had you on the screen sharing with the iPhone. You know how you can connect it to the TV? They had your voting thing hooked up to the TV, and you was just hitting Trump. And it was like, okay, sir, we got it. You just kept hitting Trump.
Sound like you.
Nah, bro. I saw it. It was on YouTube. I saw you. So anyways,